still sitting by the fire. Got a question from Vertigo Fall. He says, what do you make of the idea that your society is fast turning into a dictatorship? What say you about that? Okay. I'm thinking that you're referring to what's happening during the COVID with the QR codes. You know, have to sign in everywhere, mandatory mask wearing, the talk about will there be mandatory vaccinations, and all that sort of thing. I think that's more of a intrusion on human rights, on individual rights, rather than a dictatorship. But I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But at the same time, we need to consider our communities. We need to consider the elderly. We need to, you know, and I guess it's a shame that we're being made do this, because I think most people would voluntarily do it, just to protect the young and to protect the elderly and the frail, the infirm. I mean, I don't want to get sick. I don't want to get COVID. I wear a mask and I wear gloves still. If I go to a petrol bowser or something like that. New South Wales is in lockdown now. It's stay-at-home lockdown. That happened today. And that means that, you know, there's going to be 7 days of inconvenience. I don't like it. At the same time, look, I honestly think that a whole state lockdown is unnecessary. But at the end of the day, there's people doing the wrong thing. People with COVID are travelling to regional areas. Now there are a number of regional areas that have COVID cases, and we know that the Delta variant can be quite viral. It can spread quite quickly. There are other areas that I disagree with federal government, state governments. But at the end of the day, what we need to consider is that, you know, for years now, for 15 years, 20 years, there's been encroachments on our personal liberties. Yet, people still, they keep voting the same government in. So, if the people don't change their votes, the government won't change. The interesting thing about that is, even if a government changes, they don't change the laws anyway. So in answering your question, I don't. You know, it's unfortunate. I feel that every time I go somewhere that, you know, 3 or 4 years ago, there was a community-wide discussion on whether the government should be able to collect megadata. And of course, like all sensitive issues, pedophilia was used as an emotional tool to get people on side to agree to the idea of having their metadata collected. So now we have our metadata collected. When we scan a QR code or something like that, it goes straight into the portfolio of Home Affairs. So it may never be used, but it's there. It's always there. It will be there forever. And that's that's just the way, that's the society we live in today. I don't like it, I don't agree with it, and I make my vote count.